Alright guys, welcome to another edition of the Car Barn. And tonight we're going to be doing some weathering. We're going to be doing quick weathering. Like if you just want to touch stuff up a little bit, make it look a little worn. Okay. Now, I'm using powders manufactured or sold by Bragdon powders. These, I bought these, I think these four all came together, and then you get this little 4-compartment, like a compact, to put them in. They're soot, dark rust, light rust, and medium rust. And then then I got a big thing of the black soot. And then there is this is Dust Bowl Brown. This is the larger thing. Now I don't know, I can't remember exactly the price of what these were. It wasn't bank breaking, I can tell you that. But they're not the only manufacturers of powders. There's probably hundreds of them out there. Okay. And some people want to use pastels. I've got a few pastels here that I bought at Hobby Lobby. Basically, the reason I bought these was because I wanted some white when I was using the powders, and I did not have white powder. I didn't happen to order it. I'm going to have my little paint tray here because I may mix a few different powders together. I've got an older paint brush. I've got a little makeup brush. For the prep work, this is a fiberglass burnisher. I bought this at eBay. I think it was like $7 or $8, something like that. Not a whole lot. You can look it up on eBay. You probably find them on Amazon too. Then I've got a bigger plastic brush here. All right, now I'm going to show you some examples of weathering that I've done, and I'm going to show you some other a few examples of some other techniques that weren't done by me. Okay. Here's an old, this is a Bachmann F7. This is one of my early attempts at weathering and detailing. You can see that I did this a lot of years, probably 20 years ago, part of it. But this, back then, I used some thinned out paint to make this grill darker. I did some of these fan grills on the top. You can kind of see that. And then the grill on the other side. I tried to mix up some paint and come up with like a rust color for the trucks on there. And then later, I did put a little bit of, just recently, I put a little bit of Bragdon powder on here. I went real light with it on these, and I kind of dulled them down because the paint that was on there was glossy. And I did kind of dull it down a little bit. So I want to show you that. This is one that I still run. It's DC. And I'm going to be putting Microtrains couplers on there. Okay, this is another one. This one here, I kind of used a wash, a light dark wash along the bottom. And then I also put some Bragdon powder on this, but I went real light. And you can see, I was practicing my Penn Central decal here, and here I was trying to work with a paint pen. Didn't work out too good, but anyway, you can see where I touched this with some powder also. Okay. Now this one here, I haven't done the trucks on this one. That's why they look so shiny. But if you can tell, I did hit this with that Dust Bowl Brown. Just kind of gave it This kind of gives it just like a little dusty look, but it's still got plenty of gloss to it. It's, yeah. And with this one, I went just a little heavier. This is a Southern Pacific overnight boxcar. I believe that's a model power. You can see where I kind of went a little heavier on this one, but it still has a little bit of a shine to it. Okay. And I'm going to show you this one. This is one, I bought this off of eBay. This is a Penn Central Fruit Growers Express car. And then this, they kind of did the trucks, and plus they put a wash on here. You can see where they kind of put it on there and just kind of went down. And then there's some on the top here. Well, it actually did kind of dull it out some. And here's the other side. I'll show it to you. Okay. And here's one. This is my Peabody. It's a two-bay hopper. I believe this is model power. I used the wash, and then I took and I wiped it off so that it would be like heavy in the corners. Okay. And then I hit this with some Bragdon black, the black soot. Let's hit it on both sides. Now I've got an X here because I was working on this thing and I had to mark that end. But there's that. Now, for tonight, we're going to do this Penn Central car. We're going to hit that with some powder. And we're going to do this two-bay hopper. Okay, now, when you order these Bragdon powders, they will send you these brochures. Both of them are about the same. I think one of them is a later version of the other one. But they explain that the Bragdon powders have adhesive built into them. And that adhesive is activated by friction. The more you rev it, the longer it'll stay on. And it also says that, it also mentions using a mixture of India ink and alcohol to accent things, which I have never done. I've just basically used the powder and leave it on. Now, one thing that I do, and it says in there that the powders will adhere more to a matte surface. Okay, you see these. You see these here, these trucks. But I'm going to show you. Use this fiberglass brush on it. Okay. Now I rough that up just a little bit. First I'm going to hit it with some of this Dust Bowl brown. Okay. Then you want to take and rub it. And sometimes what I do, I put this on there and I let it sit. Just let it sit on there for a while. I am going to get just a little bit of this medium rust. There. That's one way to do your trucks. I do not go on the other side here. As a matter of fact, I take my brush and kind of clean that out and make sure those axle things are clean. So you get that weathering powder in there. So that's, now I just put, dust bowl on that if you wanted to. You could touch it with a more black. If you let that sit on there and you keep on putting that, it'll get darker and darker. But there's how to do the truck. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to do just this one side. I'm not going to do the trucks. Just get it on there. Now if you take, and like that pamphlet says, if you touch this with a matte finish first, it's going to stick to it better. I should just have a piece of paper here, but I don't. See there? Let me go. Just get out of those corners just a little bit. Okay. See, there's a light weathering. It has taken some of the gloss down. And I could keep, or, let's say if I wanted it, or I wanted some black along the bottom, maybe at the ends. Okay. See there? I added some black grime to it. Well, that's soot. But see, and what you would do would just let this sit for a while, then you come back and work on it again. Okay. Now we got our hopper here. And we want that to be nice and black. So we're going to go right in here. We could probably just paint this black. Again, friction activates this adhesive. Okay. I'm going to do this one side. I'm not going to do both sides. Well, let's put a load on there. Again, friction. Keep putting it on. More friction. Okay. Now we can see that side as opposed to that side. See how this, and that's with just a few minutes of doing that. Inside of this, that's not looking too bad. What I do, I let this sit for a minute. and then come back and put more on there, or just paint this. But I just did that to show you how this, see there, if you have this, one little application, you saw what I did, does this. Okay, now, real quick, I'm going to show you one of the advantages of using these powders. They are water washable, they're non-toxic. So, like let's say you got that on there, and you're looking at that, and you're saying, oh my God, that's too dark. I've just got a rag with just water on it here. See? You can clean it right off. Or you can just stay out of your corners and stuff and do a light weathering that way, or and then if you could come back with more, you know, to see the difference in the color just from one application. That's just one application. All right. Hey, you know what? I want to tell you guys, all these shows are pre-recorded, and I know that this episode is going to be right on Thanksgiving. So as you guys are watching this, I'm probably going to be feasting with the family. So I want to, ahead of time, I'm going to wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving. See y'all later on the car barn.